Hey everyone, welcome back to Build and Automate. Today we are diving deep into E2B, an open source infrastructure that is redefining how AI agents execute code securely in cloud. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand what E2B is, why it is required, how E2B dashboard, SDK, and GitHub repos are structured, and we will walk through code examples and actually create the sandbox. So, what exactly is E2B? E2B stands for Execute to Build. They call it Enterprise AI Agent Cloud. And honestly, name fits. It's already used by 88% of Fortune 100 companies for AI agent workflow. In simple terms, E2B gives your AI agent its own secure computer in cloud where your model writes code. E2B runs it safely inside isolated environment. Why is E2B such a big deal? Let's look at its benefit. Speed. Sandboxes start in 200 milliseconds. That's almost instant for a full virtual machine. Security. Each sandbox uses Firecracker microVMs, the same isolation tech behind AWS LLaMA. Flexibility. E2B is LLM agnostic. Use it with OpenAI, Claude, LLaMA, Mistral, anything you want. Long running support. Sandboxes can run up to 24 hours. Deploy anywhere: AWS, GCP, Azure, and even your own infrastructure. Why do we even need E2B? Today, AI agents are powerful. They generate real code, Python, JavaScript, shell commands. But here's the problem: running AI agent generated code in your own machine is dangerous. It can access sensitive file, make unexpected network requests, consume all your resources, accidentally introduce malicious snippets, leak your API keys and credentials. This is where E2B steps in and fixes the entire problem. E2B solution is simple and powerful. It provides isolation. Every sandbox is fully isolated. Nothing inside can touch your system. Resource control. You decide CPU, RAM, and execution limits. Network safety. Allow or block outbound traffic as needed. Quick cleanup. Destroy a sandbox instantly, no leftover data. Scalability. Run hundreds or thousands of sandboxes at once. This makes AI development safe, controlled, and enterprise ready. Let's visualize how E2B works. Here's the complete flow. Your application sends a request to LLM like GPT-4, Claude, LLaMA, asking it to solve a problem. LLM generates code to solve the problem. This could be Python, JavaScript, or any other language. Instead of running this code directly, your application sends it to E2B through their SDK. E2B then creates a secure sandbox, a lightweight virtual machine in milliseconds. The code executes inside the isolated sandbox with access to full Linux environment, file system, and networking capabilities. E2B captures the execution results, any output, files created, errors, or data generated. Results are sent back to your application. Your application can then send these results back to LLM for further analysis or display them to user. When you are done, the sandbox is destroyed, ensuring no data persists and resources are freed. This creates a perfect feedback loop where AI can write code, execute it safely, see the result, and iterate, all without any security risk to your infrastructure. Now let's jump over to E2B GitHub organization to see what's available. E2B is completely open source with over 10,000 stars on the GitHub. The organization hosts several key repositories. Main repository E2B. This contains core E2B infrastructure and SDK. Available SDK, Python and JavaScript. Both SDK provide same core functionality with language specific items. Key projects in E2B ecosystem: Code Interpreter, Infra, Firecracker, Fragments, Desktop Sandbox, Codebook, AI Analyst, Surf. Codebook is particularly valuable. It contains working examples with popular framework like LangChain, LLaMA Index, AutoGPT, and more. Alright, let's walk through E2B dashboard. This is where you will monitor your sandboxes, manage API keys, and check your usage and track your billing. If you are new to E2B, just start for free and create free account. If you already have an account, simply click on sign in. Once you sign in, this is the main dashboard you will land on. Right at the top, you see Sandboxes section. This is where you can list your running sandboxes, check their status, restart them, or clean them up. When your AI agent creates new sandbox, they will show up here, along with execution log, uptime, and resource usage. API keys. This is where you will generate and manage the keys your SDK used to authenticate. Budget. E2B gives you $100 for starting, which is perfect for experimenting with your AI agent workflows. You can configure budget limits so your agent doesn't accidentally burn all the credits. Usage. In the usage tab, you can see your execution time, sandbox hours, and total spend. Now let's check out the actual code and create our first sandbox. Let me quickly walk through the simplest E2B example. Here we are importing Sandbox class. A sandbox is basically your isolated cloud environment. This line will start brand new secure micro VM in the cloud. This sends code to Sandbox and return logs and output. One of the coolest part of E2B is stateful execution. Variable persists between calls. We set x equal to 10 and then update it. When we print the value of x, the sandbox return 15. This is how AI agent can build context, maintain variable, and iterate on task. Let's run the code. Here's what we see. And same we can see on the dashboard. Now let's ask LLM to generate the Python code and E2B will execute it in a sandbox. Here we are initializing the OpenAI and E2B sandbox we are importing. Now we are defining the prompt and specifically telling LLM not to provide any explanation, only Python code. And we asked LLM to create Python code for printing first 20 Fibonacci numbers. Here we are sending the request to OpenAI and capturing the output. That output is basically our code. This will be executed in Sandbox and we will see the output. Let's run the code. Here we see our Fibonacci series is printed, but this time execution happened in E2B Sandbox. Let me show you a simple script whose only job is to start a sandbox and keep it alive. Here we are creating the sandbox and printing its sandbox ID. You will also see this sandbox appear in the dashboard. This writes the sandbox ID into a simple text file. That means other script can read this file and connect to the same sandbox later. This loop keeps the script running so the sandbox stays active. If you stop this script, the sandbox will eventually shut down after its timeout. Purpose of this script is to just see the sandbox live in E2B dashboard. Let's execute it. Our sandbox is started and its ID is this. Let's check the dashboard. Here we see E34, it's started. And that's all for today. We talked about what is E2B, why it is needed, how to create your first sandbox, and how to run the code and monitor everything in the dashboard. If you want more advanced E2B or AI agent tutorial, let me know. I will make a follow up. Thanks for watching. This is Vijay from Build and Automate. See you next time.